Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. I told you in one of my TNA videos that I wasn't going to make a video on this, but basically, I can't hide it and I can't keep it anymore. I am so freaking fired up about Bound for Glory. If you didn't know, Bound for Glory is heading to San Diego. Bound for Glory is TNA's WrestleMania pay-per-view, and because of the reason everybody always has to tell you that Bound for Glory is TNA's WrestleMania, it shows you where it actually sits on the grand scheme of things. But that sort of fits into this video. How, TNA honestly is like right here, and WWE is way up here, and why people would spend so much money to go to a pay-per-view of Bound for Glories, of TNA's, because TNA is new to, to sort of venture out on the road. They've done, spot shows here and there, but now they're turning into this company where they're not sit down in the Impact Zone anymore. They're, it's every other week out on the road doing their Impact show, and for pay-per-views they're scattered around the country. And it's been a long time since Bound for Glory was held here in California, let alone getting any other shows. TNA came to Sacramento, the city where I live. They did a little West Coast tour. I want to say 2 years ago in like 2011 in late October. It's been a long while. And it was a pretty promising show of people there. I think that if it was a TV showing, I think that they could bring the show back here to Arco Arena or another place. But I have no problem with traveling down to San Diego for the day to see the big event. Basically, almost everybody I know is going to this show. It's almost being treated like it's a big WrestleMania trip. There's I bought a package with my buddy Mario, who's been in a lot of my videos, lives in Sacramento. Freaking I-88 bought his ticket. I'm pretty sure Luke, I'm gonna call him Luke Cage 29, because I think if you're like me, that's what you know him as, even though he's going by Luke Cara now. And he's to be going. My buddy Josh, otherwise known on here as Molly, even though his name is Molly, and he bought his ticket today. Super fan from Sacramento. Victor, I'm a Melfo, he's going to be going. My buddy who I met at the BTW WrestleFest show, Paul, he's going to be going. That's what really got me fired up, that somebody like Paul was going to be going, because when he was thinking about going, I sort of had him as like somebody who was like, yeah, they might say they're going to go, but then at the last second. But as of last night, he told me that he was buying his package and they were heading down there. So I'm all fired up for that. That's gonna be really, really awesome. I would be lying if I was telling you that I'm going to the show for the pay-per-view, because honestly, in my book, I am honestly going to this for one reason, and almost one reason, only, and that is the big TNA Fan Fest interaction that they always do before the pay-per-views. They don't do Access like Access does Access. It's not Access on a grand stage by far. It's held in a ballroom of a pay-per-view. If anybody's ever looked these up, look up videos from Lockdown 2010. Those were some of the best fan accesses of all time. That roster was stacked with people. You can meet everybody from Hogan, Sting, Flair, Rob Van Dam, Jeff Hardy, Jeff Jarrett. Think of how stacked the roster was for TNA in 2010. And even though now, names like Flair have left and RVD have left, there is still a ton of guys on that roster that I'd like to meet. And the way that they do it, they were just in Boston for Slammiversary. There were some videos that were posted from there. I'd like to give this one guy a shout out because this video was fucking awesome. He didn't really show what was going on in there, but he showed all the stuff that he got signed. And I don't know how to find my history of videos that I've watched, son of a bitch. But this guy's video was really, really cool. But the way they do it is, because there's not a ton of TNA fans that go to these things, basically, you get to meet everybody on the roster. Last year, freaking 88, he went to the Bound for Glory, he went to the fan interaction, and he met everybody that he wanted to meet. Plus, he got to meet them twice if he wanted to wait in their line again. And that's like going down the roster, meeting guys like Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, Austin Aries, Robert Roode, James Storm, Taryn Terrell, Mickey James. You got to think Velvet Sky. Basically, anybody who's booked for the pay-per-view does the signing. And the way that they've done it, when you buy the package, you get to go to the Hall of Fame. Of course, Kurt Angle's going to be going into the Hall of Fame this year. That's going to be really cool. The way they do the seating at the Hall of Fame is not like it's for WWE where you sit in a huge arena, and then you're in the seats with the crowds. It's like you're actually at tables, and at the head of every table is an actual wrestler from the TNA roster, and they sit there and they tell you stories during the dead times during the show, and then it's go time, and then Kurt Angle's gonna get up there. He's gonna have guys from all along his past. You got to think that somebody like Hulk Hogan, Sting, Samoa Joe. All these guys are to give speeches for him, and then he'll be the main event guy going up there and getting it done. When you're there, there's also going to be a Sunday morning breakfast where you eat with the stars of Impact. Plus, you're guaranteed a front row seat. That this style of package for a show is freaking awesome. And when I've gone to TNA shows in the past, and when I've seen other people go to the past, they're they understand that the fans want to see and talk to and touch their wrestlers pretty much. They make sure that you get every dollar's worth. So I have no doubt in my mind that I spent this money, that I'm going to get everything that I deserved out of it. But the one thing that I'm honestly going on this for more than anything else is Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was my favorite wrestler when I was a kid. And there's no doubt in my mind that he is going to be the biggest wrestler that I've ever met. How I've gone this long and not been able to meet him, I have no clue. He's never really came close to where I was, and he's not the easiest guy to get next to. I've heard a lot of good stories about people meeting Hogan. I've heard some bad stories, but some people have said that he's always really humble when you get up there and you talk to him, and he makes it worth your while, and he's glad that you actually came there to meet him and just to meet him and shake his hand and take a picture that I could actually frame, put on my wall, but mostly just use as my Facebook picture. Right now I got a picture of me and Piper up there as my Facebook profile pic, and then on my other account that I set up on Facebook to talk to mostly YouTube people is me and El Generico. But I don't know. This is gonna be really awesome. I think it's gonna be really special if you're in, the California area, or if you feel ballsy to fly to San Diego. It's gonna be an awesome place to spend the weekend. The way they do it, you could find a place. Freaking 88 put up his own video. I know I sort of said screw you and didn't do it and bought the package anyways, because honestly it was just easier for me. He has a video where you can go and has some money-saving tips. Tickets went on sale today. You buy your tickets through Ticketmaster. It's going to be a ton of fun, guys. Just honestly, if you can make the trip there, I guarantee it'll be worth every dollar. You'll leave unhappy. I know it kind of sucks, and I'm in the same boat with you guys as like it's so close to the Mania package this time for next year in New Orleans, but I honestly have a really special feeling about this trip, but I think it's going to be really fucking awesome. But the way they do it, everything's in one specific location. Everything's all there. You have the hotel where you stay at. You go downstairs. It's going to be where the fan access is, the Hall of Fame. More than likely probably be where they have dinner. The arena where they're going to have the show is right there. TNA wants to make sure that you're not running around town having to catch cabs and do everything. That's honestly the one coolest thing about them, how they don't have the show on a big, huge grandstand, like WrestleMania, where you have to, I didn't go this year in New York and New Jersey, mostly because I was scared of how everything's going to be spread away, and you're going to have to take, cabs and trains and automobiles and airplanes to get everything from one thing to another. But, in Miami, it kind of sucked because everything was set in Miami, but then the arena was in Fort Lauderdale, which is a good huff down the road. But at least, if you went to the access thing, they had buses that take you there, but we didn't use those. We had to go get Kevin because he got left behind over at access, and we had to save the day and all of that. But it's gonna be fun. make sure you check this out if you can, because I'm going to meet a ton of dudes. Like I said, you honestly get to meet everybody on the roster. Shake their hand, take their picture, get them to sign some stuff. And the way that this actually looks like, you're not going to meet these guys just once the fan interaction. They have, special signings when you arrive. Then you'll have the thing at the Sunday morning breakfast where I'm sure they're going to be pretty hands-on. I know they're going to be eating their food. You don't want to be eating, asking them for an autograph as they're eating their omelet and, shoving some grapefruit down their mouth and stuff like that. But, I mean, like, I'm sure if you're respectful and you stand to the side and you wait, I'm sure that, as they're, hopefully somebody's busting their table. Hopefully they're not eating somebody. You see, like, James Storm have to pick up his plate and take it over and scrape it off in the trash and all that. But it's going to be a ton of fun. I hope I see you guys there. If you are going, let me know. I should have been looking up that fucker's video. I didn't mean to say that if it is your video, but you used to be able to push a button and I bet it's under playlist. No, it's not under playlist. I'm lost. I don't know. I apologize. If I can find it, I'll put his link down in the description box and make sure you go check out his channel, because this dude got a ton of stuff signed at the fan interaction in Boston. He looked like he had a ton of fun. So, everybody, peace out. Have fun. Thank you.